So I didn't really plan this video. I thought it was perhaps time to provide a bit of context, who I am, what I do, how I got to where I am today. So I'm Tully. I am 48. I'm a single dad of two amazing teenagers, and I live in Melbourne, Australia. I'm a health coach. I work in person and online. I built this business 10 years ago this year. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the video. Before I trained people, I trained eagles and elephants and just about everything in between. I was a zookeeper for nearly 15 years at Melbourne Zoo and Hillsville Sanctuary. I guess it all started back when I was pretty lost and confused as a teenager. I grew up around animals, on farms with my own animals, rescuing everything that I came across. Never really knew how I could translate that love for animals and affinity with them into a career. However, when I was 16, I did some work experience at Hillsville Sanctuary just outside of Melbourne and instantly fell in love with it. The natural surroundings, the Australian native animals. I actually couldn't believe that people got paid to do that for work. So I got through high school, did some volunteer work after high school at Hillsville Sanctuary and landed myself a job that turned into a nearly 15-year career. I soon discovered a real passion and fascination with training animals, not just caring for them. Working very closely with, in the beginning, it was eagles and hawks and falcons, building trust, nurturing a relationship, and working one-on-one with some pretty incredible animals who had amazing brains. And I just was fascinated about seeing the world from their perspective and had very little idea at the time, or no idea at the time, about how that would translate to my career working with people. I soon had the opportunity to move to Melbourne's elephant training department. That opened up a door that was remarkable to me. I worked with incredible people on an incredible team with some amazing animals. Not only did we import elephants from overseas, from Thailand, we managed to successfully breed those, artificially inseminate them. Remarkable memories, truly incredible outcomes. And once again, working with individual animals who were incredibly intelligent, emotional. Yes, elephants have incredible memories. I'll never forget it. I really will never forget it. I look forward to telling some more stories in future videos about that experience. When it was time to move on from Melbourne Zoo, a door opened for me to become a stay-at-home dad. My kids at that stage were 5 and 3. Such a fun age, a challenging age. For the next couple of years, I was a stay-at-home dad as the kids entered kinder and school. I loved it. Sure, it was challenging. That was my role. I embraced it and I loved it, and I formed an incredible relationship with my two kids, an opportunity that a lot of dads don't get, and I'm still very close with them now. As they found their way into school, I had a bit more time up my sleeve. I started studying again, fascinated by the body, mind, and in particular, the psychology of behavior change. It was a natural fit to become a personal trainer. After a couple of years of study, nutrition certification and personal trainer qualification, I started my business in 2016 and became an in-person personal trainer and nutrition coach. Started working with people who wanted to change their body and to change their mind and to change their life. I started calling on all those years of experience working with animals, particularly the elephants and the eagles, and the relationship that I built. It was a real seamless transition in a lot of ways, from working with animals to working with people. And the psychology of behavior change is in a lot of ways very similar. I've loved my work. It's evolved over the 10 years and become far more about health coaching than personal training. I've been able to use a lot of my own personal experience to get fantastic results and life-changing results with clients. On that personal experience, I guess it's worth touching on that I've lived the majority of the last 30 years with some form of mental health challenge, depression, anxiety. Was recently diagnosed with PTSD. I certainly won't go into detail here. I don't want to trauma dump on you, but I had some memories from a childhood experience that were pretty traumatic, abuse, and unpacked those with a lot of help from a very big support network, both family, friends, an amazing partner, incredible psychologist, and was able to unsurface some pretty challenging moments from when I was 3 and 4 years old that were pretty difficult. Working through that diagnosis of PTSD was extremely difficult and still is to a degree, but allowed me to dive pretty deep into managing complex trauma and mental health challenges. I have always had a desire, I guess, to use my lived experience to help others. And so I try to do that on here and on the other channels that I'm on and in my work. I love my work, running my business, working with clients, transforming lives. It sounds so cliche, but I really do feel like I have an incredible opportunity to do that with the people that choose me as their coach. I love it. I really love it. It gives me a chance to express myself and to pass on experience and to learn more. I don't know everything, far from it. And when clients challenge me with certain requests or goals, I learn. I love the learning process. This business that I've built, this coaching that I do, has given me an incredible opportunity to grow and to learn, and I feel like it's just the beginning. 10 years feels like the tip of the iceberg. So I very much look forward to the future. I look forward to every day. It hasn't always been that way. I've had some very difficult times in my life where the world was very dark. It wasn't a place that I wanted to be. And, didn't see that coming. It really feels like a privilege to have gotten to a point in life where I get excited about the future and look forward to what life will bring. It hasn't always been that way. I've lived in a very fearful state for a long time, especially as a little kid. That, for anyone who's been through it, you'll know, has a very lasting effect on you. It was only recently that I was able to see the world through the lens of safe, positive, and one with infinite possibilities. As corny as that might sound, it's truly where I am right now. So I am excited about the future. I approach each day with curiosity, possibility, and gratitude. I think that's enough for now. Thank you for listening. I do genuinely appreciate it. If you've lasted this long and listened to me tell my story, I appreciate it. I hope that I've got something to offer people who are going through difficult times and who want a body and a mind that they can rely on, because I've learnt from my experience that healthy habits, consistent routines, mindful, physical, grounded, simple habits can transform your life from not wanting to be around, not wanting to exist, to truly living a life that I could have only ever once dreamed of. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for listening. I'm going to shut up. If you have any questions, reach out on all the different channels that are connected here. But I'd love to hear from you, love to connect with you. That's enough for now. Thanks, guys.